Okay, welcome everyone to our special masterclass. Go viral and build a seven-figure personal brand. My name is Kian Wong, the founder of Star Producer Academy, and with me here today is a co-presenter, Ben Hedges, one of my business partners, the founder of Generations Media. Welcome, Ben.
Hey, Kian, and hi, everyone.
Hello. And we've got our lovely Feb from our creative director will be helping us record behind the scenes. So wherever you're from today, welcome. Good morning from New York, where Ben and I am from. We just woke up there, right? Didn't we? I woke up not too long ago. I had a late one. But I know some of you guys, where are you guys joining in from? Type in the chat box. Ben, I know you do have to head off, and you'll rejoin us roughly at about 9:15.
Yeah. 9:15 is fine.
9:15 is fine when your presentation section comes in. So thanks for
hopping in. Guys, we'll see you guys at 9:15.
All right. All right, terrific. Thank you. So where are you guys from? All right, if you are from Europe or US or Asia, give us an indication of where you're dialing in from. But in the meantime, let's bring up the presentation slides. Let's see here. I believe, here we go. Lisa's from Namibia. Wow. Peru, Sean from Lima, Peru. Fantastic. That is exotic. We have a kind of international crowd here for sure. So let's get into presentation mode. Let's get started. So go viral and build a seven-figure personal brand masterclass with Ben Hedges and myself. We've got a couple other team members who might pop in to say hello, Stephanus and Natalia. So let's try to really understand, why you guys are here. Well, firstly, as one of my VIP clients would say, good old Tony Robbins, you got to play full out. Right now, we don't have a dance crew like Tony. We actually helped Tony's recent virtual summit. I don't know if any of you guys were part of his 7-day challenge or UPW, but we actually did some of the videos, edited some of the videos for his campaign. And no, we don't have literally 1,000 screens like he does, but do play full out. This is all you've actually allocated some 90 minutes to 2 hours to the special presentation, and we don't take that for granted. We want to make this very interactive as well. So if you've got any questions, comments throughout, do type them in, and we'll address them either at the end or, if it's appropriate, during the actual presentation itself. Do I get a yes? Do I hear you guys get a yes for that? Just type in yes, please, if you want to help it, make this masterclass as interactive as possible. All right, so let's take a look here. Right, so we're here partly because I think everyone realizes we're living through some crazy time, digital disruption. Hello, Natalia. I think we've got some other guests joining us for a little bit. Let me just bring over some other guests who want to drop in and say hi. Stephanus, are you there? Natalia, almost the fantastic 4 and 5 are here again. Welcome. Steph, is your Wi-Fi?
Hey, I'm here. Hi, everyone.
Hello, Stephanus, our chief tech whiz extraordinaire, and Natalia.
Hello, I can't turn my video on. Hello, everyone.
Let me just, here we go. Just go to Zoom. Ever since people are Zoom bombing, as they say, they've been requiring all of us to, allow everyone to turn on the videos one by one, get on the panel for security reasons. Welcome, Natalia. Thank you for joining us. I know you're super busy. You're actually doing a summit next week, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Next week, starting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yes. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, Natalia is one of our faculty members, you could say, in our different programs. and a dear friend for over 10 years now. But I know you just wanted to pop in to say hello, but I know you have to head off soon. But thanks for just popping in and saying hello.
Okay. Hello. Yes. Exciting.
You're going to record some videos, I see. So better let you get back to that. And she's the founder of Unstoppable
Storytellers.
I love it. I know. It's isn't it critical? It's not just about telling stories, but you got to keep at it. You got to be unstoppable. You got to learn how to be strategic about your storytelling. We'll get into that. I'll explain some of the frameworks that Natalia and I have utilized over the years and have developed near the end of the presentation. Strategic story selling. So it's a cool concept there. So Natalia, all the best with your video shoots. We'll see you next time, or maybe you'll drop in. All right.
I'll try to pop in later. Yes. All the best.
Thank you.
Take notes, everyone.
Okay. All right. Terrific. So, let's continue. Steph, I know you're kind of behind the scenes today. Thanks for joining us as well. Maybe you'll pop in, turn on your videos a little bit later. Okay. So digital disruption, viral disruption. We had that in the previous slide. And, it's affected all of us. I mean, there's no question about it. This whole, combination, this 1-2 punch has affected so many brick and mortar type businesses. And I think we're at this real cusp. I think we've been worried about how AI and technology is replacing, destroying, disrupting industries. And how does it affect our own industry? Who has actually been affected to somewhat degree, in the last 6 months, due to, obviously what's happened around the world with the whole viral, crazy times that we live in with COVID. But at the same time, I think we're beginning to realize that, this move towards online, partly because of Zoom. You'll see some of the crazy numbers, the growth of Zoom adoption, this type of technology, because people can work from home and they need to figure out how to stand out. How do you, brand yourself? How do you do online marketing? How do you do lead generation? How do you do sales online, purely from the online world? Now, the workforce is already trending towards freelancing. So there's no longer any job security. I'm in my late 40s, and when I grew up, I was thinking I'm going to be, an actuarial finance guy for the rest of my life. How boring that would have been. And as it turned out, I made that decision after I attended, UPW in 1997, to give you the date, how old I am, when I was still working in consulting and, strategy consulting for big companies, Fortune 100. I made the decision after walking on fire at the Tony Robbins event, what an incredible experience that was, to quit my job. And it did take a year or two later to pluck up the courage to get out of that comfort zone when you're making good money and flying around and doing kind of cool stuff, working with big companies. But I made that decision. It's, you live your life, generally once. And then how do you make the most of it? Do you want to be a slave to corporate America or corporate wherever you are? Or do you want to create your own future? And I think it's been forced upon us. I've been an entrepreneur for 21 years and since 1999, working from home, working from Australia, Asia, now in New York for the last 15 years, working from home and, wherever I want to be. So it's been very liberating, to say the least. So the freelance world is already up to a third. This is a few years old, this article. Already 1/3 of the US workforce, perhaps a little bit less in other countries, are already freelancers. And the crazy stat is it's going to be about 40 to 50% in the next 5 to 10 years. That's significant, right? I'm setting the context here. And, if you're thinking about going online, look at the real factors of success. There's a lot of hype online. I mean, type hype if you've experienced some hype, over the last few years on online marketers. You know what I'm talking about. Right? They make it sound so easy to make a living from home and do this and do that. I'm going to tell you up front, that's not the case. Caesar, welcome. Absolutely. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. Right. So if you look at real statistics at least a sample of researching 250 companies. This is from the .com world where I kind of, when I quit my job in 1999, I raised, $250,000 to do my first startup, which didn't succeed, and then had to do a few different versions of it to eventually, get to some level of success. But one of the top 5 factors for success is timing. What I tried to do back in 1999 was to do online education for young entrepreneurs, and it wasn't quite the right timing, and didn't last that long. We had to pivot our business idea. So a couple of times before, it's gone to do some amazing different things, the team and the different products. You never know how you're going to pivot. And we're going through this major pivot in our careers now, a lot of us. So timing is actually the most important factor of success. So we're at this real cusp of a mega trend, which I'll get into in the next couple of slides. Your team is critical. If you're doing this on your own, you are going to struggle. There are very few of us who are like Elon Musk, who can be the visionary, the sales guy, the marketing genius, the tech whiz, right? You know what I'm talking about. There's very few of us who can do all those hats. And you need that. You need a team to succeed in business. So that's the truth. And the truth is, you may have a fantastic idea, but it's only 28% of the core factors for success, you could argue. And the third most important thing. And the fourth most important thing, if we go backwards and let's go forward here, is actually the business model. Yes, business model is critical. How you compete with the competitors, how you price your products and services, how you market yourself, etc. That's all important. And finally, yes, people go, oh, I don't have enough money. That's the least most important factor. If you've got a brilliant idea, a brilliant team. I was reading about this team that built a $3.2 billion company today on Inc. And they started off with, had Y Combinator, a fantastic incubator, invest $600,000 into them. And the first product, failed. They didn't get anywhere, any traction within a year and a half. And they had to pivot. They were down to 6 months of funding, and they pivoted once and pivoted a second time. And then when they shared it in a kind of a startup, community, online community, it took off. And, 10 years later, they built a $3 billion company and exited. Quite amazing. They built analytics.ys or IS or whatever. Anyway, so funding, investors dropped out gradually as they were kind of like, failing one concept after the other. But there was still a few investors who stuck with them because they had a brilliant team. They were a team of college graduates, and they won some, college competition on startup ideas. No idea how to build businesses, but they were mentored, right? So they had the right team. They had the right, they were on the cusp of, very heavy analytics needed by big companies. 10 years ago, data, we're living in the world of massive data, right? So they were at a mega trend. They had a brilliant idea. They had a fantastic business model, and the money came, right? So mega trend number one you look at is, for most of you guys are probably consultants or coaches or looking into e-com. It's part of the marketing that we did is, are you an expert, coach, consultant? So we've attracted generally those type of people. And that's my industry for the last 20 plus years. It's a massive industry. It's 200 billion plus. It's growing. People need experts to help them, navigate this online world in particular. People need to help navigate, the whole crazy health world. There's so many different health issues in the world today. We're getting more and more sick, unfortunately. Living a little bit longer, getting sicker. We work our butts off to pay, for the drugs that we have to pop in, right? So the health sector is $1 trillion sector. Baby boomers are retiring. They need coaches and consultants. Health, wealth, love, happiness. Those are the big four, all right? Relationships, 50, 60% divorce rates. They need coaches and consultants. Wealth, that's investments to businesses. You name all facets of marketing, sales, strategy, HR, IT. They all need consultants and coaches to help navigate today's online world and new economy, new norm, right? The mega trend number two is the whole e-learning. So coupled with coaching and consulting, people first start off by searching online. They go to YouTube, they go to courses, Udemy, they go to experts, the gurus who sell them courses, because they know they need to learn from practitioners, people who've been there, done that, have the success, as opposed to going to college, again, and spending another 100,000 plus and 3-4 years, which they don't have time for. Both are $200 billion industries, and it's just growing by 10% plus a year. And then even a bigger trend is e-commerce, right? The new gold rush, 16%, $1 in $6 spent on retail is online. Who knew that? We thought, that's why Amazon is the most wealthy, company in the world, or the owner of Amazon is the wealthiest dude on the planet. Jeff Bezos, also a unique entrepreneur, can really do everything. And obviously built an amazing team. But what are these gurus? Who here even recognizes any of these guys? Come on, come with, play with me here a little bit. Who recognizes the guy on the left there, far left, this handsome guy? They're all charismatic in their own way. All right, good old Brendan Bashard. You got, Uncle G, Tony Robbins in the middle, obviously, Gary V, etc., and good old Ty Lopez. Half of these guys are our clients, our private clients. So it's a real privilege to work with these gurus. But, they don't teach in depth what we're going to be talking about. They're really catering towards, their area of expertise. Gary V obviously talks about video as well. But he doesn't sell courses. He doesn't really go into, he just gives away tons of free content. That's why he's got millions and millions of followers. And he's all about that, building your personal brand. So we'll get into that very shortly. We are creating a challenge. Everyone, big guys are doing. We think there's a place for what we have to share, and we want to also challenge you to get out there, share your message with the world, and do it with confidence, with, shameless audacity. I recorded this a few weeks ago to talk a bit about the Go Viral Challenge that we ran about a month ago, right? About a month ago. And it was the first time we did the 7-day challenge. We were inspired by Tony's 7-day comeback challenge. So our area of expertise is personal branding, video marketing. We've done over 500 million views on YouTube and online. It's myself and Ben Hedges. He'll join a little bit later on. And, we built 7-figure personal brands along the way and helped our clients who are 8, 9, and even 10-figure clients, like, Tony Robbins, who's got a multi-billion-dollar company. So, how does the average Joe implement what we call high impact videos? Not everyone's going to go viral. People in this challenge paid anywhere from $47 to even up to $300, because we had some VIP folks as well. And we'll explain how you can get this whole Go Viral Challenge. We spent 7 full days, and we actually what is it? We actually have recorded everything. There's over 20 hours of recorded training, and we're only here for 90 minutes. So is it okay if you stay to the end, I'll explain how you can get access to this Go Viral Challenge, 20 plus hours of recorded content, how you can get it absolutely for free. All right. So who would like that, right? This is 20 hours of, video recordings, well documented, hundreds of PDF slides, and dozens and dozens of pages of templates and systems. We made a choice in the last few months to stop working so much with the gurus, right? Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, Robert Kiyosaki. And I've been doing this for 20 odd years. I mean, and not, it's not the average. I'm not the average case of, online entrepreneur. We do consulting, we do agency work. I'm not a guru, right? These are the gurus who sell courses, and we kind of, they all have consultants working behind the scenes, and we were one of them, right? So, working through Success Resources, who help run their events, and we became their partners and marketing partners, etc., and helping with strategy, copywriting, websites, you name it, and even a lot of videos. So we made that conscious decision in the last few months to stop doing a lot of this, agency type work, but to focus on teaching. We started off doing this 3-4 years ago on a new company that I set up, Star Producer Academy, right? It's a coaching and teaching company. But then we got, this work, I couldn't say no to Tony Robbins, right? When this 6'5" guy says, his team says, work with us, right? Tony didn't call me and say, hey, can't work with me. It was obviously his team members. But I couldn't really say no to that. And, one project led to another, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll explain how, one video of mine that I put on Facebook ended up generating over $500,000 in consulting gigs just from, one single client. Another project to 50,000, you name it. It's just been crazy just the last couple of years doing all this agency work. And it's, it's not so leverageable, right? Anyone who's run a consulting firm knows that, unless you want to build a team of 50, 100 people, I work from home. I like it that way. I've got 2 young boys, 1 and 2 years of age. And, I do this partly as a lifestyle business, right? So the whole challenge, who wants this for free? I'll explain how you can get it. And, at the worst minimum, you can get it for $7. All right. So there's going to be a way that you can get this for, well, we're selling it right now, the recorded version for $47, but I'll explain how you can get it for free, or worst case, just $7. All right. So I'll explain how you can get that if you're interested. Small little plug there, but that's it. We're not going to be, promoting anything else that's requires a credit card. I'll take it, Cesar. Thank you. All right. So back to the presentation. So we had this Go Viral challenge because we really wanted to share, about how you can develop the skills of high impact videos, that some may go viral, right? If I said it was easy, I'd be lying. And you will see exactly what percentage of our videos have gone over 1 million views, over 100,000 views, over 500,000 views. We'll explain the exact percentage out of the hundreds of videos we've created. So we'll go through that a little bit later on. So, as I said, a lot of these masterclasses end up being pitch fests. You know that. You've been to those who will pitch you something. I said, put your credit cards away. Yes, worst case, if you want to, do our challenge for $7 US, that's about it. That's the only thing I'm going to really pitch that requires a credit card on this call. Fair enough. So that's it. So I just want to, get that cleared out. What's the motive here? This is the second masterclass we've done. Okay, to give you after this challenge of this Go Viral Build 7 Video Masterclass. The second one, we're recording this as you can tell, and we really want to get some feedback as well, and that's part of the reason, because we're going to be recording this and eventually making it evergreen. So as you marketers know, once you get a good recording, you can put it on a system that anyone can watch at any time, et cetera, and it helps you generate leads. The single most important strategy you can develop for content strategy is video, as Gary Vee would say. And video is so powerful. 85% of internet users, you're using video, enjoying video. And marketers, any professional marketer, almost 90% are using it as a tool. And it's profitable. If it's, of these video marketers, 88% who were surveyed are actually finding it, profitable, because it is the most powerful form of marketing. We've grown up watching TV ads, and subliminally they work in some form or another. But with Facebook and YouTube ads and social media, you can reach people organically and reach them literally in the millions without spending a dime. And we're going to show you how it's done, both with paid ads and organic. Who wants to learn how to do that? Right? How to generate millions of views. Forget about the hundreds of millions. I've been doing this for 15 years in terms of media work. All right, well, I didn't fall into media overnight. So Zoom is a great example of something you should jump on. I'm using Zoom right now. It's one of the best tools. It's made me a truckload of money, considering I only pay, I think, I don't know, $15 a month or something. Well, I can't remember what plan I'm on, but it's nothing. And, just a year ago, there was just 10 million users. Who hasn't heard of Zoom? All right, you all have, right? It jumped 30x in 4 months. No wonder the share price went up 8 times. It's crazy. You know, I don't even know what the latest figures are. But disclaimer, I don't own any shares. I wish I did. But you know, it's people are getting online and using video, they're connecting. But then how do you stand out? That's the question. How are you gonna, you know, stand out in this crazy online world? And that's the biggest question I get all the time. How do I declutter? There's so many gurus out there teaching this, that. And I'm going to tell you, you need to focus on your own brand, right? You need to focus on developing. If you really have the charisma, look, if you feel gun shy, so to speak, if you feel like you're not made for television, so to speak, or video, then don't. You don't have to, but you can be a producer and a director. You need to develop the skill if you really want to build any type of business. All right. And type here if you're not a business owner of some sort or a salesperson or you commission only, type in if you're not an entrepreneur in some form, type in what profession you are. Let's see if anyone here is maybe just, whatever, doctor, or, it could be an employee, it doesn't matter. It could be a doctor who owns their own company or own business, own practice. But, video still has a place for you. And I'll explain why. Now, firstly, why us? What gives us the credibility? I'm not going to give you a really long story. My rags to riches, don't have any of those stories for you. But I've worked with, just quickly, the biggest names in our guru industry, from the Gary V's to the Robert Kiyosaki's, T. Harv Eker, to the Tony Robbins, built websites. And we are behind the scenes. We do, to get hired by these guys, we've been run around, and screened like you wouldn't believe, put it that way, before we get these big contracts to do really cool stuff, build websites, campaigns, but, generate millions of dollars in revenue for our clients, right? So you're here probably because you're either a coach, consultant, speaker, trainer. You could be, as I mentioned, a health professional or a lawyer or a restaurant owner, or you're in real estate or insurance or finance business. You're in social media marketing. You own a digital agency as well. You're a tech startup or a newbie online. You all need to figure out, in my opinion, personal branding to some form, or branding itself, whether it's personal branding or learning about video production or video marketing, right? Even if you're a job seeker, to stand out, I would argue, and I've spoken to a lot of HR directors, they wish applicants would send more video resumes, cool trailers, 2 minutes that really, get them, that was entertaining. And this guy seems like a cool guy and seems like pretty, expert at what their, whatever the profession may be. Let's give them an interview. Make sense? So if you want your dream job, this is for you. All right. So, we're going to do different case studies, a couple of main ones. One of them is our own, where we generated with just one video, a Times Square video, which generated over $500,000 for just one client. And this is the URL. If you want to actually, watch the ad, we don't run it anymore. It's, up to a couple 100,000 views, tinyurl.com/90-second video. It's just a short little, I should close that. Short little, let me just bring up, here it is. Short little, let's see if I can find it. www.tinyurl90. So you type it up, right, direct second ad, right? And it should forward to the original Facebook post that we put up. And it, 700 comments, 685 comments, a couple 100,000 views. And it's just a short little video. Life, especially if you're a mission-driven entrepreneur wanting to share your message. I shot this in Times Square, New York City. It's a roughly 90-second video. And it was a shot with my wife's Samsung cell phone and a videographer, my business partner, Ollie, shot with just a DSLR. Nothing, no red cameras, nothing fancy. You can, with a few $100 camera, you can get the same results with the world. Or if you're good lighting, you're a coach or consultant or online marketer. it was in Times Square. I didn't need, you know, additional lighting because you're in, you know, this middle of Times Square with, if you've ever been to Times Square, who's been to Times Square, right? You've seen the incredible lights of Times Square, and that I knew that would be a fantastic place to shoot a video. I needed a little lavalier microphone because it was so noisy. And, you know, we pulled this off relatively quickly.
Promoting high-ticket products and services. It's the secret sauce.
I had to put in what we call B-roll, additional footage, to cover the fact that I did not do this in one take. If you think I did this in one take, God bless you. All right, it's middle of Times Square, people walking through your shots. You know, we did it. It probably took about 1 hour at least to get a 90-second clip done.
Of how I've been able to reach the masses and generate 4, 5, and even 6-figure clients. And it's how I've been able to get invited to speak at places like Google headquarters and the 25,000 per year Genius Network, where I got to present alongside the likes of Shark Tank's Damon John, Joe Polish. And
telling a little story, 90-second story, how, you know, if you want to transform your business and if you're mission driven, if you're a visionary entrepreneur, you want to share your message with the world, then, you know, you've got to focus on high impact video marketing, right? If you want to generate high ticket sales, I basically just said something, was nothing revolutionary. You know, I was just sharing how I got into this whole thing. I won't play the whole thing. You can watch it yourself. You know, but it spoke to my target audience. And because, you know, I was talking about how when I first started living in New York City, I just rented whatever I could rent, you know, close to the studios, had my own little green screen as well, you know, and I finish off by saying, so I always kind of joke
if a dorky number crunching dude like me can become this mini celebrity online, then so can you.
Right. So a little, you know, challenge, you know, there's nothing like challenging, you know, the status quo. You know, who would imagine, at least for me, growing up in Australia as this, you know, typical nerdy Asian, get good grades, you know, I never imagined I'll be on television and YouTube and, you know, all that stuff. So I was just kind of sharing my story, which I didn't really think much of. And then when I was myself learning about how to really do video marketing really well, I'd realized I have a little story to share, and then it'll resonate with whoever will resonate with it. And that's how I got the attention of Tony Robbins' team. And they were doing events all throughout, you know, Europe and Asia at the time, and invited me to speak, and the rest is history. So check out that little video if you want to see how it was put together, and you know, what we call high impact video. And there's a whole funnel to it, which I'll explain later on. Now, if you stick around to the end, I've got a free gift for you guys. Put away your credit cards. It's a 37-page internal playbook. Okay, so this is what we give to our internal video editors, our producers, our writers, and also for our VIP clients if they want to develop the skill in-house. And, you know, it's not volumes and volumes. It's not overwhelming. You know, it's something that if you really study it, and that's the key. It's not about doing 1,000 different moves. It's really about, you know, perfecting the kick, the punch, you know, the block, and, you know, doing the practice. That's the truth. So it's a free gift. Those of you who we may never see again, but you take this to heart and you take the learnings from this, we'll give you that if you stay until, you know, another hour or so. Fair enough? All right. So we have a methodology, and this has been tried and true over the years, over the decades. We've been doing videos and video marketing for ourselves, for clients. Some of our clients have done over 1 billion views a month. Give you that, think about that in terms of, you know, not just millions, on billions, and we'll showcase, you know, the results. So story starts with that, guys. The STAR, as I mentioned, the Star Producer Academy is our company. The story, the strategic story, and how do you sell with your story? That's the first step you're going to master. The technology, the marketing technology, the transformational technology you have for your clients is critical. You need a system and marketing systems. You need to be awesome. who wants to be awesome on camera? Who doesn't want to be awesome, right? If you're here, you probably got some charisma and you feel like, I'm not utilizing my God-given charisma, right? I never even thought I even had that. I was a nerd. I had, I wear contacts and wear glasses and specs and, typical, as I said, immigrant, stick your neck out, right? I never got involved with drama classes and all that stuff. But, my mother was a musician and I obviously was trained in that aspect. And, now looking back, it kind of makes sense why I've ended up taking my business skills and finance skills and what I learned in marketing and, applying my media skills, which, I fell into. I'll explain a little bit how I got into that later, to become a video marketer, right? So relationships are critical. Strategic partnership. I'm going to explain why that is the fastest way for you to grow your business is strategic partnerships. That's organic. You don't have to spend a dime. And finally, producer. How do you be a producer? How do you produce amazing videos? You don't have to be in front of them, right? In most cases, you probably want to be if you've got the charisma and you want to build a personal brand. Who here wants to build a personal brand? Type in yes for sure. Anyway, so this is another case study where Ben, when he comes back, will explain how he went from being my video editor, is an intern, former intern. And the last 4 years, he built his own, he came out on his own. He just turned 30 not too long ago, but came out on his own and, has built a 7-figure business. And it just started with this one video that reached hundreds of thousands, 100,000 plus people, and then millions, reached millions and then tens of millions and hundreds of millions. And with this YouTube, and he's a YouTuber, okay? And he's generated over $1 million in revenue from his YouTube business in 3 to 4 years, right? It's not a get rich quick scheme. I'm not saying you can do this even. Disclaimer, Ben is very talented and he's bilingual. He speaks better Chinese than me, and he joined a Chinese TV network that was multilingual and had English and Spanish, and Natalia was one of the anchors at the Spanish division. That's how I met her over 10 years ago. So, nothing like friendships that become partnerships, right? In business as well. So we were part of a ragtag team of video creators for a non-profit TV network, right? We were unpaid volunteers. Can you see Ben? I think Ben was taking a picture. Some of these people are very famous now. If you're a foodie, you'll know who I'm talking about. He's got like 10 million fans on YouTube. Anyway, so, once again, I came from the consulting world. I've already mentioned that. And I moved to New York about 15 years ago. So I'll just quickly skip through this. I was working, this is the 90-second, Times Square video. I'm quickly just summarizing a couple of slides here, living in this cockroach-infested place for a little while. But we were on a mission to uncover the secrets of going viral. So what's your mission? Type in, what is your vision for your business? And what is the higher purpose, if you have one? And I would argue, if you really want to go viral, then you need to be motivated more than just the bottom line. There needs to be something that drives us beyond the monetary benefit. Sure, we need it. We need to support our families. And that's a good enough mission initially, right? Nothing wrong. At the same time, if you can tap into, what we call your Eulerian destiny, your ikigai, your reason for being, the high level, if you can tap into that and funnel, your business somehow, some of the energy, creative energies, and into benefiting other causes, then you are really going to psychologically, get out of your comfort zone. Make sense? All right. So uncovering your secret is uncovering your mission, your why, is really the secret to going viral. That's what I tell everyone. If you really want to learn and to master this, because I was learning anything about virality from makeup videos. This lady here was the viral sensation back then. What made her YouTube channel viral? Besides doing really crazy, bizarre makeup tutorials like, Barbie, she leveraged mainstream media. We'll talk about that. How you can go viral doing stuff like that. You got to be entertaining like Ryan Higger, right? 22 million fans. Gary Vee did something very unique, right? He built a whole brand around wine initially. So I was this nerdy, I was, you can tell here I look like a deer in front of the headlights of this oncoming Mack truck. I was like, what am I doing here? I know you guys think my English is good enough to do this. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Um, you know, because I was part of a Chinese TV network, and the management originally from China, they were persecuted by the government, communist dictatorship in China, which still exists today, and they were persecuting the Tiananmen Square massacre. They fled, they came, got asylum in the U.S., and they created a nonprofit media group. I was a reluctant star of that group, of that media group for the English division. I started off generating hardly any views, right? Pitiful, had like a whopping 50 views sometimes, 7 views, and my mother was one of them. And eventually, it got to tens of thousands and then hundreds of thousands. This took years to do, mind you, 4 or 5 years to, really get the hang of getting 1.478 million, 2.483, and tens of millions of views, and interviewing celebrities in the business world, which was partly where I came from. And, it culminated after many years of experience in this industry. I was winning awards and Hollywood Music and Media Awards for a music video I did. I was doing all sorts of things, as well as a film that became an Oscar contender in 2014. 289 films eligible for Best Picture. Anyway, so those are the cool things that I did. And you never would have imagined. See, when you get on camera, a lot of crazy things happen. And, who's seen Crazy Rich Asians? Type yes if you've seen that fantastic, funny film. I'll explain why I'm giving it a plug. Well, come on. Don't I look like the crazy cousin from Hong Kong? If you wondered why I look so familiar, I know some of you loved it, says Caesar. Henry Golding, the main actor, Michelle Yeoh, James Bond lady, the mother of the star in the film. Amala says, yes. Well, yes, don't be starstruck. You might have recognized me now. I'm just kidding. But I do kind of look like, I always pull it. This one got a laugh from Natalia the other week, so I thought I'd throw that in there. But just kidding. But in reality, I'm actually friends with Michelle Yeoh. My cousin dated her, so we were family friends for many years. So I always throw that one in. Okay, so moving on. Strictly Dumpling. We figured out how to spin off stars. That's why we call ourselves Star Producer Academy. From Mike Chen of Strictly Dumpling, one of his channels, 3.3 million fans. If you're a foodie, you may have seen his videos where he travels around the world and just stuffs his face full of food and makes millions of dollars a year just doing that. To my friends Felicia and Rowena, who built Beauty Within with 2.3 million fans, are doing very well there themselves. You name it. To Ben Hedges, we'll get into that later. And the TV network that I mentioned, you may have seen a lot of our videos, 80 million fans, over 1 billion views per month on average. At our peak, we're up to 2 billion views. So we've figured out there is a pattern to virality. All right. You can't guarantee it every single time, but if you implement certain principles, and once again, it's not about becoming famous. I don't want you guys to think about, oh, how am I going to become famous? It's how am I going to generate millions of views? It's not about that. It's about being famous in your niche, depending on how you pronounce it. All right. Does that make sense? All right. How do you be a mini celebrity in your local community even? But you can target almost anyone around the world because of the internet, social media, Facebook ads, et cetera, et cetera. Ben used to call me Uncle Wong. I mean, he was a lot younger than me. He was 10, 15 years younger back then. And as an intern, I mean, he still is 10 to 15 years on it, but, affectionately called me Uncle Wong, and we became really good friends, and eventually, I was emceeing his wedding, he emceed my wedding, etc. And now we're business partners now. And he was an Uber driver. I remember the days when he just got, married, and, I said, look, definitely go out and, do your thing, right? You don't have to work for a nonprofit for the rest of your life. You're going to feed your family. So he was doing Uber part-time while working at the TV network, which is a nonprofit, so you don't make much money, if at all, and a part-time YouTuber to boot. But he developed the skills of editing, of being in front of the camera at the TV network, and then he thought, what channels could I create that could potentially make money in a few years. And he did that. And he built not just one or two channels that hit over 100,000, but I think over 5 or 6 now. And he's built, 6 channels here. There's a few others that are not mentioned. One of them is a Chinese language channel that has like 700,000 views. He speaks perfect Mandarin. Ben studied Mandarin in London. Anyway, Generation Tech, which is, as you'll see, all about Star Wars. Who's a big fan of Star Wars? Can you imagine making, hundreds of thousands of dollars, talking about your favorite, sci-fi movie, epic saga, right? Credit cards. He's credit shufu, right? He's the credit master. He's got Generation Films, everything about films, etc. Ben, are you back?
I am.
All right, perfect timing. All right, just dropped off his daughters. And Generation Tech, right? That's one of your biggest channels with almost 200 million views on that one.
Yeah,
just alone.
that's the biggest channel, over 500,000 subscribers.
Tell us about how you. So let's all welcome back Ben, and tell us a little bit about how this video, which you launched within 30 days of you launching your Generation Tech channel. It was video number 7.
That's right.
And you had 62 fans on subscribers at the time, and this one took off. How did that happen?
Yeah, so that's basically we uploaded that video like a day after the first of the new Star Wars movies came out. So we kind of springboarded off a trending topic, which was Star Wars, right? It was a huge topic. And we asked a question, who is Rey's father, which is something a lot of people were kind of curious about after they watched the movie, because it was left, it was left unexplained. And so, just hold on a second. I just have someone's calling me. Delete that. All right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so we uploaded this video 2 days after, or 1 day after, and it just took off. It exploded because a lot of people were searching for it. It was a trending topic at the time. It got over 100,000 views within a month, and it propelled our channel from, I think, 62 or 64 fans to several thousand subscribers.
Yep, and it was just that actually it's still, you weren't making tons of money overnight. So we're going to explain what that really meant. All right, so 42 days after he started a channel, it went viral. Literally, just weeks after he launched that video, he just noticed it went. And if you notice here, I'm a bit of a nerd, bit of a finance guy, and I tracked every single monthly revenue of just 3 or 4 of his channels. And you can see here that it took him really a couple of years before he was able to quit his job. Initially, as you can see on the left here, which is a summary of the revenues, he was only making pretty much nothing, $15 after about 8 months of launching his channel. You can't really quit your job on $15 US a month, or even 47, which is the following month, and 71. Look at the far left column B there. I know it's a little bit tiny there, but let's see if I can get my mouse working. Something wrong with my mouse. I think the battery's dead. My mouse is dead. Sorry, excuse me. Let's take. Here it is. Yeah, there we go. It's alive. Okay, so here month by month, 47, 71, 236. Wow, you're making a lot of money per month there, right? Let's zoom in.
We were, at the time, we were like, wow, we're making $200 from this. Crazy,
And then 247, 441, as you can see. And then he started his Uber job part-time. Yeah. He's like, I can't survive on, $400. I need to add an extra job because I'm going to put more work in my YouTube channel. And then, Trader Joe's kicked in.
It's a supermarket.
At a supermarket, yeah. And then eventually, he's working 4 or 5 hours a day on YouTube, mind you. And then eventually, another year later, January 2018, roughly 2 years after you started the channel, you quit everything except for YouTube.
Yeah, I think that was the end of 2017.
Yeah, and you were making 4 months prior, 5, 11,000, 13,000, 22,000, 7. So you felt comfortable at that point to tell your wife, honey, I'm going to quit my multiple jobs and focus on YouTube, right? So I'm telling you guys, unless you have a great...
Don't quit too early.
Don't quit too early. A lot of people, it really depends on where you're at. If you've got savings, fine. If you've got the right business plan, fine. If you've got the right business partners, you know, and if it's the right time and you've got all the things stacked up, yeah, you can consider it. But you know, we're very realistic, as we've, you know, gone through, you know, what it takes to be successful, and we've failed, you know, many different times at different things, and it takes a little bit of time to get the hang of it. So I'm going to continue with this. If I can get my thing to get continue, full screen again. And then now, over the last 6-7 months, you're still averaging about 50,000 a month, which is incredible during COVID, and it's kept on going up because more people are watching TV online, YouTube. All right, so let's explain what are the principles of success here. Let's just quickly go through the 5 keys. VIRAL. What's the first key to going viral?
Okay, so the first key, the V in viral, it stands for persist. Sorry, it's for very. Okay, so it stands for be very, very, very persistent. All right, we couldn't think of a word beginning with P, so we're using 2 words. Very persistent. Okay, and that is because even if you have a viral formula, don't expect every video you upload to go viral. Okay, it's more like you know, picking stocks or something, where you can tell a company like, oh, this company's good, that company's good, its balance sheet is good, but you know, out of the 10 that you pick, maybe only one of them really becomes the next, you know, Apple or Tesla or whatever, right? And it's the same with uploading videos on YouTube. You can kind of know the traits that a viral video would need, but it's not 100% guaranteed that it'll take off. Okay, so anyway, so we looked at our channel. Out of 776 videos as of August 2020, 30% were over 100,000 views. Okay, that counts as reasonably successful for us, but not really viral because we've got 500,000 subscribers. 13% were above 500,000 views. Is pretty successful. Okay, I would say semi-viral for us. Okay, for a channel of our size. But only 2.3% were above 1 million views. And I would say that is what counts as being a truly viral video over 1 million views for us, okay, at 500,000 subscribers, double the number of views as subscribers. So 2.3%. And that's about standard across a lot of channels that are, you know, uploading high quality content to YouTube. It's a small percentage like that actually go, you know, mega viral. Okay, so you just need to keep uploading. You just need to be persistent, keep uploading, and as long as you're doing things right, you will eventually get those videos.
Yeah, and now I want to preface this is not for everyone, and we're not saying you got to become a YouTuber like Ben, because you know it takes years to develop the skills sometimes. But we do have an alternative strategy, which I'll explain after, you know, understanding these principles, because you can apply these principles to paid ads as well, or even organic videos that you create that can still help you generate leads and sales. Okay, guys? Right? So yes, 2% went over 1 million views, Caesar, out of 776 videos. Okay.
So if you're generating leads for a high ticket item, you might not
need millions of views.
You might need 10,000 views and you get the amount of sales you need.
Yep.
All right, so the I out of viral stands for I am a storyteller. All right, so let's go to the next slide. So this is kind of talking about bringing in a personal element to your videos, okay? Because humans like other humans, okay? They like stuff to be personal. There are some YouTube channels that are just going after search traffic, and they upload some, you know, a script that's spoken by a computer voice. No one subscribes to those channels, all right? These people make a little bit of money off of views, but they don't build a personal brand. But anyway, here are 3 examples of YouTubers. Some of these people I know personally who have built great personal brands. So Graham Stephan, Michelle Phan, Meet Kevin. Graham Stephan and Meet Kevin, they're both in the sort of financial and real estate field. Graham Stephan, he's got a really strong personal brand. If you watch his videos, you know that he drinks 20-cent iced coffee. He hates avocado toast. Meet Kevin, you'll know that he's been sued by everyone. His catchphrase is "Don't sue me, bro." So these people have built a really strong personal brand, and it means that they can then leverage that brand to sell your stuff, all right? Sign you up for their courses, etc. Michelle Phan also did it in the earlier days of YouTube with her $10 a month. Was it $10 a month? Yeah. $10 a month makeup box, right?
Yep.
Sample box. Okay, so she was a huge YouTuber in the makeup and beauty space, and then she started her own monthly product, which was like a subscription, and you get basically a box of makeup samples for $10 a month. So that's recurring subscription revenue built off of her personal brand. Okay, and then there were obviously upsells. If people like those samples, they would probably buy more, and she gets a commission as well. So let's go to the next slide.
Yeah, and mind you, Michelle, because I was a big fan of hers, following her path. Not, you know, I had to learn makeup as well for being on television, but it wasn't the main reason. She built a 700,000 paid subscriber base every month. So 700,000 times $10 is $7 million a month in revenues just off that initial product. She had 8 million fans, so she converted roughly 10% into paid customers, which is phenomenal. So number 3 is what?
Okay, so be relevant. And this is talking about how to get discovered on YouTube. So let's go to the next slide. And yeah, so who knows who these people are? Type in the chat if you're familiar with any of these YouTubers. Jake Paul, Jenna Marbles. She's a bit, you know, a bit of an older YouTuber. You might remember her from a few years ago. Mr. Beast is currently the fastest growing channel on YouTube. Okay, every video he's uploaded this year and last year has got over 10 million views. But what do these people have in common is because, you know, they're already a star. Okay, so their name is already a keyword that people are searching for. If Jake Paul uploads a video entitled "What I Ate for Breakfast," people will watch it. Okay, it might not be his most popular video, but people will click in and they'll watch to see what Jake Paul had for breakfast, right? But if you upload that same video, "What I had for breakfast," right? No one's going to watch that. They don't even know who you are, right? So you have a problem there, all right? You need to upload something that's relevant to what people are searching for, okay? And when you're not a celebrity yet, and no one's searching for your name and want to know what you're doing in your life, you need to think of a way to do that. And the way I have done that in our business is by piggybacking off of topics that people are already searching for. Okay, so I have 2 great examples here. First one is Who's Ray's Father? This is the Star Wars video that we already talked about. That was super hot at that time, the Star Wars movie coming out. A lot of people were searching for it. So it's like, great, let's do some videos discussing Star Wars. Now, obviously, you can't do copyright infringement. You can't upload sections of the movie to YouTube because you get demonetized. But we did a video discussing it. You can even use clips of the movie as fair use because you're adding commentary. Okay. But yeah, we uploaded a video and we got 100,000 views in a month. Next one was, this is my other channel, The Credit Shifu, one of our other channels. At that time, 2016, there was this very popular new credit card that came out in the US, the Chase Sapphire Reserve. A lot of people wanted to get it. Now on YouTube, people really like how-to videos. A lot of people search because they want to learn how to do something. Just go back to the Sapphire Reserve. Yeah, so we combined that with, you know, a topic that was trending, the name of this credit card, and we did this video, Chase Sapphire Reserve, how to get approved, where we tell people, like, you know, if you apply and you get rejected, this is the number to call, this is what to tell them, blah, 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 and how to get approved. And 155,000 views from a channel that had about, you know, 1,000 subscribers. So, you know, you can get a huge video, even if you don't have many subscribers, okay? It's just about picking the right topic at the right time, etc. So let's move on. Okay, next one is A for analyze, all right? So people who are successful on YouTube, they analyze why they had that success, all right? They look at their previous viral videos or successful videos, etc. So go to the next slide, Kia. And we're going to talk about analyzing. We'll just focus on one aspect. So analyzing thumbnails, okay? Clickable videos, awesome thumbnails. Thumbnails are the little pictures, not literally your thumbnail, but the little picture, like you can see in this one, that when you're browsing YouTube, these little pictures that you click on, all right? Now, this is a case study. This was our first video to break through 1 million views.
1 million.
1 million views. And the thumbnail, we discovered, we felt this thumbnail was especially clickable, okay? We found a sort of a format that really worked, bringing something that is fantasy into reality, okay? So you've got a Star Wars ship hovering above the Manhattan skyline in New York. So it brings 2 things together that wouldn't normally be together, and it kind of piques people's interest, right? And makes them, wow, what is that? You know, am I going to see Star Wars ships next to real life objects? Anyway, this video, after 3 years, it's 2.2 million views. And it did really well. So we analyzed that. We analyzed why did it do so well, put it to the thumbnail, etc. And then we repeated. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. So once you've analyzed something, you repeat, all right? YouTube loves that. They love you repeating content that's done well. So you can see we did the real size of Star Wars ships, part 2, part 3, part 4, and then we did Star Wars ground vehicles because we run out of ships, and then we run out of things in Star Wars. So I don't know, let's remix and repeat. So we did real size of Star Trek ships, part 2, part 3, etc., right? So it was about 12 videos, and I counted now it's about 10 million views that those videos have brought in together over, you know, from when they were uploaded up until now, and that works out at about $50,000 in revenue, because we're getting about $5,000 per thousand. Oh, sorry, we're getting about $5 per thousand views. So yeah, it's about $50,000 in revenue those videos. That series of 12 videos brought in.
Not immediately, obviously. This is the cool thing. You made a big splurge initially, and you get kind of residual income, which is amazing.
Yeah, so we got about $30,000 initially, and then over the last 3 years, it's brought in residual income maybe of $20,000 or so. Yeah.
You know, YouTube is a longer term game. But once again, apply these principles. If you're going to generate, you know, some videos for your profession or whatever, research what's gone viral on YouTube, right? And then figure out how to put your spin on it. Make sense? Okay, continuing. The final factor.
Yeah, laugh and cry. All right. Originally, this was just going to be laugh, but it's important that we talk about a multitude of emotions. So we changed it to laugh and cry. Let's keep going. So yeah, so you don't have to be a comedian, apparently. And yeah, so basically there are many different emotions. One of which is humor. Another is anger, awe, joy, sadness, inspiration, many different emotions that can elicit that kind of response from people that makes them want to share the video and, you know, watch it and make it viral. All right. So I think humor is an obvious one. Inspiration, I think you may have seen those people are awesome kind of mixed mashup videos, show people doing awesome stunts and stuff. They come out every year, normally go viral. Then you have anger, which can also include injustice. People are really passionate about things that they consider unjust and raising awareness about them and stuff like that. That's another way making a viral. So let's give you a case study. Right? So let's go to the next screen. And I want to talk about Mr. Beast's I Opened a Free Bank video, because this is a super popular video, 39 million views. And it combines, you know, a lot of emotions in this video. So you got humor, the fact that he's opened this bank and he's just giving away free money. All right. Because that's the kind of concept of Mr. Beast's videos. A lot of them, he gives away money to people. So he rents this bank and he just has his friends give out money to people. So you can see the first photo there. It's kind of humor. They're having a good time, right? But then you've also got sadness, where the lower picture, this lady, her husband had a heart attack, and you can see the subtitle there. We've been struggling to make ends meet. And she's just so moved on camera that they've been given this money, and it's giving them kind of a second chance, or they pay off their credit card or whatever it is, right? Because her husband can't work because he had a heart attack recently. So it's sort of like, it's sadness, but then at the same time, it's inspiration because it's inspiring. You know, it's like even Mr. Beast like shedding a tear on screen. So, and this video, like, it's super successful, right? It's a huge video, 39 million views. If you go by the, a $5 CPM, we were getting, he's made at least $200,000, if not more, off of this video.
Crazy. All right, so that brings us to the question from Caesar who brought it up. How do you actually make revenue from these videos? If you're not so familiar.
So the revenue, well, it's Google Ads. It depends really. On YouTube, you can have AdSense, which is the automatic ads, just like ads on your website. You sign up for an AdSense account, link it to your YouTube, and then you can, just have ads that show before your video.
Yep. What do you get? Like 50% or 60% of what YouTube makes from the ad?
5%.
55.
Yes. But then you can also have other things, like in this video, actually this bank video, there was a sponsor as well. So he made the Google ads. And then he had another sponsor where halfway through he tells you about, I think it was Angry Birds or something, right? He tells you about a little mobile app, which probably paid him a lot of money because, you're getting 40 million views. It's not unheard of that they could pay $100,000 for that, right? Yeah, that's highly likely. And then if you think about it, let's say he made $200,000 off of the video itself. maybe he gave away that much money in the video, right? Renting the bank and stuff, but then he still would have made money off the sponsor. And then in addition to that, he sells his merchandise. So under the video, you'll see a rack or a display of shirts that say Mr. Beast on them, which, you know, it's just a numbers game. The amount of people watching it, maybe 0.5% of them buy the shirt. You get 40 million views. That's, you know, like, what is that? 200,000 people if it was 0.5%. So, you know, you sell 200,000 shirts and maybe $10 profit a time. That's already what, $2 million. Yeah,
crazy stuff. I mean, look, these guys are unicorns. You know, what are a unicorn? They kind of exist in fairyland, and only a few people ever get here. And
so let's be clear, actually. Yeah, so what we're teaching, you know, don't expect to necessarily be the next Mr. Beast, but you can learn a lot from these people. And we have succeeded on multiple channels of creating a sort of middle class, like 6-figure income, using a reliable technique on YouTube. And, you know, you could, like, if you're really good, you could become the next huge YouTube star, who is actually a celebrity and not just a YouTuber. You're now a celebrity like Mr. Beast or Jake Paul or whatever. The gossip magazines and TV report on them all the time. But no, what we can, you know, more guarantee using our methods is that you can get to a level where you can reliably bring in views and income on YouTube in a sort of middle class level, okay, and maybe in the 6-figure range.
Yeah, well, we can not quite necessarily guarantee it, but we can actually show you.
I mean, you got to put in the work.
We utilize disclaimer. We don't want to be, you know, implying that, you know, this is necessarily easy.
It's not a get rich quick scheme.
No, it's not. And then, you know,
requires,
a lot of people say, look, Jan, you know, as Ben, you know, has shown, you know, he's worked his butt off, you know, part-time initially and full-time the last couple of years to build his business. And you say, well, building a YouTube channel is, you know, too slow. I get it, right? You've got families to feed now, and, you know, you don't have the luxury of being able to work part-time jobs and doing this part-time as well. Is there a faster way to getting, you know, the high-ticket clients that everyone, you know, these days is talking about from online? You know, you guys probably don't want to be selling ebooks and $20 Udemy courses and get rich that way. So I'm going to talk about that. So Ben, thank you for joining and sharing a bit of your success and your strategies. And we'll actually, you know, at the very end, we'll explain how you can get more of Ben for free. He was part of the Go Viral Challenge, you know, and we'll explain how you can get access to that for free, or worst case, $7. All right. So thank you, Ben. We'll catch you next time. Appreciate it.
Okay, Keon. Thanks. Yeah.
I'll thank Ben for that. Terrific. Now, building a YouTube channel is a slow, medium-term, you know, prospect strategy, you could say, but it's critical if you want to build a brand over time. It's not a, you know, it's one of the big, you know, 2 or 3 search engines, isn't it, so to speak? So Google, people search for stuff there, and then YouTube is next. And they search things on YouTube specifically. Now, what I did, you know, I did YouTube many years ago, but it was for a nonprofit. I wasn't profiting from that. But I applied the principles for paid Facebook ads. And I spent a few $1,000s on this one ad, and it generated me a ridiculous return on investment, literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the power of just one high impact video funnel. I showcased a little bit of it earlier, but I'll explain really the psychology and how it got me. It became a gateway to these 4, 5, and even 6-figure clients. Because not only did I get coaching clients who were paying me $6,000 to $15,000 just for coaching online, you know, in either a group setting or one-on-one, and I also got these gigs that were tens of thousands and even hundreds of thousands for clients who hired us to do what we did, right? To put together videos and funnels and so on and so forth, right? This is obviously working with the biggest, you know, the big names that I mentioned before. But initially it started off with me getting a speaking gig. You know, they saw that, yeah, hey, you're a good presenter. Maybe you can speak at the Gary Vee event. So I jumped at that chance, and I was able to offer something irresistible to the organizers, which was, you know, let me do this video for free, this trailer video that we normally charge a lot of money for, but let me just do it for free because I had an incentive to make it look cool because I was in it next to Gary Vee. So I got my team to do it, and they loved it. They said, hey, you guys, can you also help with selling tickets? Because we're going to sell a couple of thousand tickets in just 2.5 months. And Gary Vee, all of a sudden decided to tell us he can turn up because he originally canceled it. And they needed extra help. So I said, don't worry, let us handle it. And we literally took over the entire project, sold out the event. And that led to all these other gigs with the big names like Tony Robbins. So there is a formula that we created, not just for virality, but for what we call high impact videos that generates leads and customers literally off the bat. Okay, so this is the formula, GREAT, and it's included in that free gift I'm going to give you in a lot of detail. This is a separate, deep masterclass if I'm going to go into this, but you've got the playbook, 37 pages, hours of content there with tutorial links, video examples, full transcripts, etc. So, there's only so much we can teach in 90 minutes to 2 hours. Fair enough. So take advantage of that free gift, which I'll explain the website. We can download it for free. All right. So firstly, though, you need to grab attention. You only got 3 to 7 seconds to grab attention, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. Grab attention. There's many different ways to do that. I explained it in the playbook. It could be words on screen. It could be visual props, etc., etc. Even a thumbnail is part of grabbing attention for YouTube. Relate to people's pain. Really get into understanding. If you're a coach or a consultant, you're a solution provider. Ultimately, you provide solutions. You offer transformation in health, wealth, love, happiness, finances, you name it. So relate to people's challenges, because people don't care until they really understand that you care. So relating to people, empathizing, all that is, they can feel that from and resonate with the way you communicate. It's very hard to really get to know people just from words on email, words on screen, text, ad copy that is just text. But when you're on camera, I think you can tell and see how effective it is in gaining trust and building rapport and demonstrating your expertise. Yeah. Power of high definition video, short of being face-to-face with your potential client. All right. So relate to people's pain, because people are motivated by mostly getting out of pain rather than selling them, the dream. All right. You got to motivate in both ways. Right. You got to get them excited as well about what the dream is. What does pain-free look like? Educate them to a certain degree, because you can't teach everything that you know. What are the key points that will get them really excited, and to give them actionable tips, nothing too theoretical, right? So follow these principles here to script your 60-second video, your 90-second trailer, re-engineer what we've done. And in my 37-page gift, I case study 24 videos that have generated hundreds of millions of dollars, some ours, some not ours. And we follow the principles of this GREAT and show you there. Look at the script. It follows that framework. Modeling, as Tony Robbins would say. Number 4, call to action, and pepper your video with social proof. We live in the world of the Amazon world of reviews. If you don't have at least 1,000 reviews or hundreds of reviews with 4.5 star, you're probably not going to buy the product. Yes or yes. All right. So do you have dozens and dozens and dozens of social proof on your website? And if not, how do you do that, right? So, as I said, if you stay to the end, we'll give you the whole 37-page internal playbook. So paid versus organic. Ben has not spent a dime on paid ads. I think he tested it, but it said that doesn't help increase your subscribers very well. He basically focused entirely on organic. It takes time from that, years, right? And you can just hacks where you can get a little bit of extra leads and so on. Absolutely, right? Paid traffic, if you really want to scale your business, initially you can, organic, your warm market, friends, family, you can refer people to you, other Facebook groups with certain verticals and certain interest groups. You can go in there and network and provide value and people reach out to you. Yes, it takes time, and you can grow and get started in your business that way. Paid traffic is another way to do it. Strategic partnerships, where you build relationships with influencers in your niche, is another fantastic way to do it. So they will drive traffic to your website, to your offer, etc. Right? So it's really a combination of both. I'm going backwards, unfortunately. Let me hit the right keys. All right. So examples of this for our clients. Dave Chinelli responded to that ad that you saw there, and he became a coaching client. And we did a whole range of things. We helped him with his branding. Eventually, we released the trailer. We helped him actually. He hired us to do a trailer for him. He's in real estate, so he makes big commissions. And he's in Toronto. Our trailer is still on his website. If you go to davidchinelli.com and his About Us, he's an intro video that we shot, edited, and now after building his brand, he's been invited to be one of the key hosts on Hot Market. If you know that show, HGTV, that's one of the people saw his videos, and he positioned himself as that expert, and next thing you know, he's a celebrity on television. Pretty amazing. We've helped people who've never done video before. Ikram, from Malaysia, apply these principles to sell $2,000 workshops for his Airbnb training class, masterclass. And he spent $1,000. He said to me, look, I never did video. I just watched some of your free training, and I generated amazing results. And ever since then, he's done amazing ROIs because he's such a great presenter. He's a natural. So a lot of people have a natural charisma, but they don't know how to apply that to video, how to put together a team to shoot and edit. Don't be the editor. Don't be the producer. You can just use your cell phone, guys. I've generated clients just with Zoom and cell phone, nothing fancy, guys. You don't need even a whole video team initially to get started. All right. So how do you generate $1 million with online marketing, coaching, consulting model? Who wants to learn how to do that? All right, let's just move on. Okay, so let's move on to the next section of the presentation. Well, the traditional path that people talk about is this extension model. Give away free stuff. Start your YouTube channel or start posting videos and writing blogs, and then eventually you collect people's emails and you give away certain things, and then you sell them your book or your course, low ticket, and then you might sell them a higher ticket program, and then et cetera, all the way to higher level consulting packages or done for you services. That is one way of doing it. A lot of gurus started off doing that, but they had a lot of time to build up. They had the resources to do that. So it's not necessarily the fastest way, right? In fact, it's quite a slow process because you need to develop a lot of intellectual property and assets to get to that point. And then you're stuck with charging whatever hourly rate if you're a coach, or is there a better way? How do you scale much quicker? And this is our star infomercial methodology that we recommend. Create a high ticket offer. It's about transformation ultimately. If you're saying, look, here's a book, go do it yourself, what results are you going to get for the client? They may not even read the book, like 95% of people when they buy books, or whatever the percentage is, right? So go high ticket first. Focus on a few clients. Do the best service and offer and program you can offer, and charge for it, because you're going to spend a lot of time and effort to get results. Yes, if you can, also do group coaching, which might combine some one-on-one with one-to-many, just like we're doing now. You can offer group coaching where people's video screens are on. You can interact with people. That's one way of offering transformation, and the group supports each other, and you might offer additional support one-on-one. And then you might have masterminds, which are in person or virtual or whatever. You might then at some point create courses and sell your book or your e-courses or whatever. Then you scale to the masses. So we're going to flip the model around. Some people are obviously saying this is a good way to do it, especially after people have been taught, for so many years, just create a little course and go and sell it and make tons of money on Udemy or whatever. right? So this is one way. So how do you sell high ticket? All from online. Well, there's a special funnel to do it. You need ads, get people to register, kind of like what you went through. There's a webinar, and then you get people to speak to you, apply to have a phone conversation, offer a free strategy session, or offer a sales page. You might get them to buy something that's $500, $1,000, $2,000 off the bat, right? Because you've delivered enough value and offered something irresistible to get them to purchase, right? So, but if you want to go higher ticket, you want to create a application funnel. So they apply to get on the phone with you. And initially that's what we did, right? We kind of flipped it around. I tested different things, and the funnel that worked really well, I'll show you, was from it was a video. I was on camera, and it moved to a testimonial reel up front. Let me show you exactly what we did, and then you'll see the power of one really good testimonial video that, in 90 seconds does its job. All right. So we were targeting multiple six-figure experts, brokers, consultants, coaches looking to take the business to seven figures. This was, I've updated just to mention 2020, and I put, some of our, but this is not a functioning funnel, right? You won't be able to, book a call with us here or anything like that. It's just this, it's a leftover website, so to speak, that we need to update. But the testimonial video is still here. I'll just show it to you. So check this out.
So what's the secret to attracting high-ticket dream clients?
We just hired a voiceover person, paid him $10 or whatever for a quick 20-second thing, animated some words, not difficult. Paid someone again, I don't know, $10 to do that. And then we added the testimonial that we got from kind of like a celebrity in her niche. She was an infomercial queen. I met her at an event, and you'll see what she says. And it got us so many hundreds of leads, and including that $500,000 client plus.
Hi everybody, I'm Forbes Riley. Now I know you've seen me late night television endorsing amazing people like Jacqueline and Montel Williams and some phenomenal products. But every once in a while, I bump into somebody extraordinary. And that just happened in Las Vegas. His name is Keon, and you know him from Star Producer Academy. I'll tell you what, when you get a chance to work with Keon and talk to him, his mind is very fast. He sees things in people, how to take your brand to the next level. He does a one-day or a strategy session where it's just kind of a one-on-one. He has opened my mind to possibilities and working together with him. Oh my gosh. So, the funny thing is when you look at him, and I don't think he's listening to this, he sounds so amazing. I love that Australian accent. But it's more than that. It is the depth of his knowledge. He's been around the block, and he's got a passion for mission-driven entrepreneurs, and we share that. Sure, we can all do things for the money, but when you do something that matters, and maybe you're stuck, you're like, I don't know how to get to the next level, he is the man that you need to look at, and I wouldn't wait. And he's got very limited time. You want to get a strategy call with him as soon as possible. I think it's free. The information is below. Please take advantage of this opportunity, because he, like I, have one mission, one passion for you guys, is to take your life, your business, and your dream to the very next level. Thank you.
Now, imagine having someone like Forbes in your industry. Obviously, we're marketing, we're video. She's an infomercial queen and sold $2 billion in sales on television. Imagine someone like her in your industry saying something that not only alludes to your character, but your expertise and how much fun it is to work with you. And she's the one pitching, go have a strategy session with him. I think it's free. All right. So, this is part of the video funnel, what we call the star infomercial funnel. It's one thing if you say how amazing your knowledge is and you're teaching people about this and that, but as soon as someone, who is perceived as an expert says, you're amazing, you got to have a chat with him, that is a powerful 1-2 punch, right? That's the whole key to what we call an infomercial funnel. Because you've seen infomercials where they're so irresistible. After you watch with 5-10 minutes, you're forking out a few $100s, all right? And that's partly because they're demonstrating their expertise and they have tons of good testimonials that in most cases, if you look at it, they're paid endorsements, they're actors, and yet, even though you know they're fake, they make it like an Oprah Winfrey set, and they're having this, oh, people are clapping, and they, it's all staged, but psychologically, it's produced well, and you kind of let it go, right? And it seems like just, it's a show, but yet you're still sold into forking out $50, $100, $200 for the latest whiz bang, whatever, right? If you've in your 40s, you've probably bought stuff on television in commercials. So here we're applying those same psychological triggers to get people to click and schedule a free funnel audit or whatever, right? Whatever you're an expert in, you can do the same, right? You following? So this is what we call the star infomercial funnel. That's one funnel that we've developed that rocks if you've got the right testimonials. And we'll explain, how you can do that. It's about obviously giving tons of value and connecting with people and creating amazing results partly. But when do you ask for the testimonial? How you go about doing that is obviously a skill set, which we explain in more detail in the Go Viral Challenge and other ways. So you can go check that out if you're interested. So the discovery call, and you might get people to watch a webinar before or after, right? Here in this case, in this particular funnel, we got you to check out a landing page. You're interested, you signed up for this live webinar. As we're saying, this is live. We're going to record it. We are recording it. We will eventually test out different versions of this. And as Ben said, test what works, what creates good engagement. Look at the statistics of when people drop off, right? Right now, 100% of you guys are still watching, which is, thank you very much. So I appreciate you guys, staying on for already almost an hour and a half. So put together a funnel for yourself. We use ClickFunnels. It's a great piece of software. You can hire people on Fiverr to build it for you for a few $100s. You can get someone to build it for you. You can get someone on Fiverr to do a WordPress website. We like ClickFunnels because it's easier to, even I am not a techie, can edit things on. It's plug and play. What you see is what you get, and you can just kind of move things around. It's very easy to use. Yes, you can get some support to do all the technical integrations for things and different pieces of software that connect, but it's not that difficult. You just need the right team of outsourced people or whatever. So now traffic is critical, obviously. VSL content, webinars, or high impact webinar, including testimonials, or just the testimonial, get people to apply. It could be 10, 11, 12 questions, not too long, not too short, really get people to be qualified. And then, allow them to schedule a call. And then on the other page, I won't go into it, but when they signed up and booked a call, you get buyer's remorse. People, is this a scam? Is this guy for real? Then you send it to a thank you page. And then there you can put dozens of testimonials. If you put together all this social proof, so they will want to speak to you or will want to whatever the next call to action may be. Make sense? And then you need to follow up with the right. Let me go back. I think I jumped the gun here. Yeah. What we call the STAR strategy session, which can be as long as 15 to 60 minutes. You might have someone to qualify them on the phone, a setter, so to speak, and then you give a full strategy session to make sure that you can give value, you can demonstrate further value. Because if you're selling high ticket, whether it's coaching, consulting, or brokering a service or product, you need to demonstrate and really understand, lead the call, lead them through this process. Chit chat a little bit about the weather, set the agenda. Why us? Why now? Tell me about why you applied and how can we help you? What's your current situation? Where do you want to go? What is your ultimate end goal? What are some of the challenges, the frowny face? And then you give some value. You've taken tons of notes. You've listened for 40, 50% of the time already, 60% of the time. And then you can share some nuggets, some valuable tips. And then you kind of make sure that what you've brought up may make sense. So you ask them questions. You further refine that. And then at some point, you're wrapping up and then they go, what's next? Well, then you can say, well, you want them to reach out and say, what's next? How can you help me? You want to demonstrate and show that you really understand their problems and you could potentially offer some real solutions. And that's when you give them the elixir, right? This is where you explain, all right, this is how we go about proceeding to the next step, right? You explain your program or whatever. So people hate being sold to. It's not about hard clothes or whatever. It's none of that stuff. It's not about just using certain body language and tonality, and what was that movie, Wall Street, The Wolf, right? And he talks about that and teaches in the movie, how you got to, lean in and whisper a little bit, to get them really, leaning on each, of every word. They're hanging on every word, so to speak. Sure, your tonality and all that matters, but ultimately you're here to serve, right? You need to do it in the right way. You need to listen. You need to consult. You're not a salesperson. You're an expert. You're a trusted advisor. And that's where it's critical to understand this whole sales process. You can already look at how the big gurus in your industry, you just type in your industry guru, go to Facebook ads library, type that in Google, and you can type in your favorite guru. I'll just put here Dan Henry. I'm not associated with him. I just typed he's a well-known internet marketer. And, he's only got 40,000 followers, not a huge following, but he makes multiple 7 figures, even 8 figures he's done, I think, in a few years. So, you can find out and re-engineer his entire funnel. And likewise, you can look at your guru in your industry and see how they're advertising and see how they're putting together their sales process, their marketing funnel and marketing process. But the real secret sauce that, you'll notice when you go to these ad library where they show literally every single ad that particular person or company is running, right? There's a great little hack there. I hope you find that of value. You can see exactly what videos and copy and images they're using for the ads. And they follow, this is the secret sauce. This is what we call the KLT video matrix. When the gurus have built trust over years. You just seeing them here and there, and then eventually you jump on a webinar. The next thing you know, you don't know why you spent all that money, right? It's because they understand this, that people need to know, like, and trust you first through their personal stories, their philosophical, rambles, and being vulnerable and sharing wins and sharing their sizzle reels and trailers and being on stage and being interviewed. And then how do you get people to then, let's go back, trust you a bit more? Well, you do how-to videos. You show a bit more in-depth, videos, 10-minute Facebook lives, 90-minute webinars like what we're doing now, shorter 15 or 20-minute video sales letters where there's just a voiceover and words popping up on screen, being interviewed, just selfie videos where you share some nuggets, but a bit more in-depth, right? The no videos are more like 1 to 3 minutes, right? And these ones are 3 to 3 minutes and up, right? It could be 2-hour-long webinars, right? When you really demonstrate expertise. And then the trust, once you've gained their trust, is when you might then retarget them on Facebook. You can, with Facebook's algorithm and YouTube algorithms, you can target people who've watched 25% of a particular video that you posted. That's how cool Facebook is, right? And then you can make an offer at some point. Hey, go check out my free this, free that, my book, my low ticket offer here for like what I just did, right? For $7 or for free, I'll show you how to get 20 hours of access, because some of you want to check us out in more detail, because there's a rule says that before someone's going to spend a lot of money with you, they need to spend 7 to 10 hours checking you out on average, some more, some less. So understand that this is not just some number pulled out of random thin air. Google did some research in 2011 about this. And they've got tons of statistics and data. They know people search and research and go online and Google and look for social proof and testimonials and look at competitors. It's a very sophisticated market out there. If you do not research your competition, you're cream, right? You won't survive. You need to, if you're going to do marketing in any way, you must do market research. Make sense? So before you get people to book a call or, showcase more testimonials. And this is how you could create a coaching consulting model where it's leveraged. So you're not trading time for money and just charging $1,500 an hour. It's going to be very difficult to make $1 million just charging that. You're going to be charging $500 to $1,000 an hour to try to make 7 figures. here you've got a much more leveraged model to achieve that. So let's say you want to hit 10,000 a month. If your clients are paying you $2,000 in a leveraged format, like you might hold a group coaching program for many months and you charge 2,000 and you offer a particular transformation, you get 5 clients a month, join that, that's 10,000, right? You want to make 20 grand, it's 10 clients a month. You want to make $1 million a year or 85,000 a month, you get 43 clients a month. That's a lot, right? So not that easy if you're only charging 2,000 a month. But look, what happens if you charge $5,000? How many clients do you need? 2 clients a month to hit 6 figures, 4 to make multiple 6. Still a lot of clients, 17 clients a month for 85. But as soon as you go 5 figures, or close to 5 figures, 8,000, you only need 10 clients, 11 clients to hit $1 million a year. All right. So when you understand, you got to start with premium clients. There's the whole strategy is how do you target the top 5 or 10% of potential clients? If you're an expert, if you're a beginner, then you want to become an affiliate marketer. You don't have the expertise to charge 2, 5, 10. You promote other people's programs where you can get a high percentage and learn one aspect of business, which is marketing, drive traffic. Let them do the selling. Let them showcase the testimonies that they've achieved. Make sense? So if you're going to go online, either you're going to look for a job using video resumes and building your social presence so that recruiters, when they go check out your Facebook, check out your resume, which includes a video link. That's one way of getting your dream job, right? For 90% of the population, that's the best route forward, frankly. For 5 or 10% of the entrepreneurs out there who really want to take control and, apply the principles that we talked about, what were they? Mega trends, business team members, strategic partners, your big idea, your marketing idea, your business model counts. We're talking about the business model here. That's only a small fraction. Your marketing funnel is critical. That's part of your big idea as well, and part of obviously the business model. But really, one of the first things that we talk about, as we mentioned in our Star Producer method, is the strategic story method. This is the final thing I'll share before we wrap up. If you can really patient, every one of you have literally continued. I think we've got that's the last couple of slides here, and we'll give you the free gift as we promised. All right, so how do you tell compelling stories? Well, understand that facts tell and stories really sell, because at the deep psychological level, if we want to get results, then you got to change your behavior. But underneath that iceberg is really your thinking, your feelings and emotions, your physiology, because you know how to lose weight. You got to stop eating junk food, fatty food, and exercise, but you just don't feel like it. You're not emotionally ready for that. Physiologically, you're in a state of depression. Your health, your breathing, your blood pressure, everything is just, that's your physiology, right? Is terrible. So if you don't change your state, you're not going to be able to manage your emotions, be in control of your feelings. And then you can think straight so that you can take the appropriate action. This is basic Tony Robbins stuff, but we forget about it often. We learn all these strategies and we apply we get sold all these brilliant strategies from the gurus and, but if you don't apply the fundamentals of what people like Tony Robbins, who is a real genuine, I am not your guru, apply the principles, first principles. We forget that all these tactics, you won't implement them. You won't change your behavior and you won't get the results. So stories are powerful because they almost change you at a physiological level. Who's seen movies where your heart beats up and it really changes your life sometimes, or creates the emotions that will drive action? Yeah. And that's the power of the hero's journey that we recommend, that you really understand, from the call to adventure, which brings us back to the whole mission. What is your mission? Because if you don't have an amazing call to adventure, your vision, you're not going to be a little bit reluctant, the reluctant hero, as they call it. You're not going to refuse the call that we all initially get a bit afraid. Am I up for this? am I able to get up at 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning, get out of the couch, stop doing the stuff I know I shouldn't be doing? Am I willing to look for mentors, the Obi-Wan Kenobis? You're my only hope. Looking for the masters. Are you looking for the Chewbacca's and the C-3POs and the Han Solos who will be your partners? And then are you willing to be ready to face the pit, etc.? So write your hero's journey, guys, because this is the key to success. It's about rewriting your story. Forget about the past. Don't dwell on it. The past is part of your story, but how do you create a compelling future? Tell a new story. It's not just about learning how to tell good stories on camera. Partly it's your vulnerability factor and you share what you've gone through, but then you share hopefully the breakthroughs and the successes that you've achieved in your industry. It's the rags to riches. It's from not knowing how to get out of the pit to finding a mentor, finding the secret sauce, the methodology you've developed, and then getting results for people, yourself and others, credibility. So how do you tell dope, cool, memorable stories? You start off with the dream, and the challenges as well, right? You talk about the obstacles, the struggles that you went through, and then how you reached the pit, living in a 250 square foot apartment, cockroach infested like I did initially, and then learning from experts, and then finding partners, and then the success, the resolution, the enlightenment, right? So that's just a simple 4-step framework that the Natalias of the world, these amazing storytellers that I've learned from and others, apply to my video marketing. So that's it. That's the wrap, the secret strategic story selling formula. You guys have reached all the way to the end, and we want to give you some cool bonuses, which we'll get to. Where is that slide? I think it's at the very end. Let's jump to that. So if you want to get the bonus, where are we? Here it is. I'll just jump straight to that. I know we're almost at the end of, who wants a burger? I'll get to that later. So here is the gift. Go to https of this tinyurl.com/high impact scripts. So if you type tinyurl.com, it's just a shortener because it's a Dropbox link. It's very long and you'll never remember it. So easy to remember, tinyurl.com/high impact scripts with an S. High impact scripts, all lowercase is fine. And it brings up the Dropbox link. And you can download for free. It doesn't ask for an email. I'm not even asking for an email. You can download this internal playbook. All right, got it? So that's about it. I promised that we'll give you this free gift. You guys have stuck till the end. We'll open up the questions if you want, have any questions. Some of you have asked about how you can get, I did mention that there is that, so the Go Viral Challenge. You can get it for free, the 20 hours I mentioned, right? So I'll quickly explain that. Is it okay if I explain how you can get it for free, or just worst case $7, right, US? This Go Viral, give a huge discount. It's recorded. You can see the dozens of testimonials we've got here. We've gone through this a month ago, and thank you. So Marla went through it. You can see one of her testimonials. Thanks for joining us. You can get this whole 20 hours of recorded training. Some people would charge hundreds of dollars, even up to $1,000 for this type of training, but we're giving it away, worst case, for a whopping $7. And you can simply go to goviralchallenge.com. If you click on join the challenge, it's $47, but it's money back guarantee. But if you just type in your details and you type in the word star at the checkout, it goes down to $7 US. You can't, it's a small nominal amount. We find that if we give everything for free, people don't actually bother to go through things. But if you charge, it's like a book, right? When you pay for a book, $10, $20, there's still only a 5 or 10% chance you'll read the whole darn thing, right? So we're hoping that, we spent months preparing for this challenge, literally. Put a lot of time and effort. We want literally tens of thousands of people to go through this challenge. We're not going to make millions of dollars from it, but it's a great way to help people for a small amount of money, if they can't afford our high ticket services, we've obviously got higher ticket coaching programs, already alluded to that. But it's a way of helping anyone and everyone who wants to build a personal brand, learn from Ben Hedges in more depth, myself, for 20 odd hours of content, which is fair enough, right? So that's something I mentioned you can get access to. How do you get it for free? Well, here's how you get it for free, kind of. Where is it? Okay, so we do have a what we call an inner circle. So for those of you who want to stay a little bit longer and learn more about our what we call our inner circle, right? With permission, if you've still stayed on, you would have dropped. A couple of you guys have dropped off, but if you stayed on because obviously you want to be able to ask some questions. So we're going to open up to questions shortly. So who's got questions? Just raise your hand and we'll put you on the panel. But just quickly, for those of you who simply want to have access to the Go Viral Challenge for free, right? There is a way to do it. Now, it won't cost you anything, right? So here's the, you can pay $7 for it, or there's another way of getting it for free, which we'll explain in a second. So who wants to learn how to get it for free, right? Literally won't cost you. You can pay for it, even $7. There's another way of getting it for free. So it's not by joining our inner circle, but I'll explain what the inner circle is, and you'll see how we do this. All right, so there's a cool way. We have an inner circle. I'm going to tell you a bit about our inner circle, okay? Ben, he's a neighbor. He lives like 3 minutes from my house. We're going to move into our new house. We're still renovating it in about a month's time, but in the meantime, we're not quite. We're about 15 minutes from Ben, but we've been great friends, and the whole family, hang out a lot. He's got 2 young daughters. I got 2 young sons. The youngest isn't there, but join our inner circle because we have a whole team. It's hard to do it yourself. It's sometimes one particular mentor may not be able to offer you everything. So we've put together a whole team of coaches and experts to help you achieve your goals. Fair enough. Natalia, who joined a bit earlier on, she's an expert storytelling coach, and she's an actress for 28 years since she was very young. She's, been a TV anchor and a coach to, amazing entrepreneurs. She's opened for Tony Robbins events. It's, she's amazing, right? Unstoppable storytellers. So she is one of our faculty members. Stephanus, I don't know if he's still there or not, but he's a bit of a heartthrob rock star.
I'm here. That's me.
That's him in his longer head.
I like when you build me up.
Yeah, I know. It's great, isn't it? I mean, this guy is not only a former Greek presidential guard, which is one of the highest ranking, everyone does military service in Greece. I didn't know that. But, he was right up there, and only a few hundred people have that honor. And it's back in his early days when he was doing that. He's 6'5". He almost hit the top of the whatever that is. But he was also a bit of a rock star guitarist. But now he's our rock star tech whiz. So Stephanus is on our team, and we can help you with all the tech related stuff because that's part of what you got to learn, or learn how to outsource. If you don't learn at least some of this stuff, you're going to be ripped off. Yes or yes. You're going to be charged way too much for the stuff that you aren't familiar with. So that's, part of our core team. Now, yes, if you want to learn how to really master the whole infomercial funnel, right, to get high ticket clients, if you really want to master the whole, KLT video matrix, and help, get us to help you go through that and be omnipresent, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, whether it's organic, whether it's building a channel gradually or speeding it up with ads, whether you got $1 a day. We literally have a program where you can start with $1 a day on ads on Facebook. We'll teach you how to put it all together. We got a launch date. We are launching something in a couple of weeks, in a week and a half, Monday, November 16th. I'm not going to get you to join. It's not for, it's by application, right? That's the catch. You can't, I'm not going to get you to pay for it now, because it's, we're looking for a certain type of people to join, so that you can be a case study. We really want to help a small group of people initially. We want to show that, we applied this 3-4 years ago to initial batch of people. You can see the dozens of testimonials on our website. But since then, we've just been working with big name clients, and we've learned some new tricks, so to speak, and we want to teach all that plus the 15, 20 years that we've, been an online entrepreneur. So we want a new batch of people come through this new program that we've put together, the latest stuff that we're currently still applying for our clients. And we get different fast action bonuses. What do I mean by that? All you need to do is by tomorrow, you simply need to fill out a form. And if you decide to join an inner circle, you'll get a couple of amazing bonuses, right? So regardless, you're going to get for free the Go Viral Challenge. You just got to book an appointment with us. Make sense? You'll get I'll personally, as Forbes Riley said, have a strategy call with you. This is very limited. It's going to be only for 5 people, right? That I will personally have a chat with you. If you're in the first 5, I will personally chat with you. Okay, I'll review the application. Just got to fill out 10 or 12 questions. I'll explain in a second how you can, send in a simple application. It's obligation free. We're not going to charge you anything. We'll get on a call. You will get access to the Go Viral Challenge for free. If you don't want to apply, you don't want to have a chat with us or me, I get it. You just want to get the Go Viral Challenge for $7, then here's the link. All right. So Steph, you get where I'm getting it. Let me just type it here. goviralchallenge.com and use the coupon code on checkout, and it's STAR, right? STAR. That's one way to get dozens of hours of training from us for a cup of coffee, Starbucks, right? Fair enough. If you want to work with us longer term and you want to be part of our inner circle that's launching live over the next week or two, then it's by application, and simply by getting on a call with us. In the first 5, I will personally have a chat with, and others, I've got team members like Stephanus who will have a chat with you to go over your application and find out if this is a good fit or not. Regardless, you get on call, get some free tips from us, and you'll get the Go Viral Challenge for free. Make sense? We'll send you free access to that. So simply by applying by tomorrow, you can jump to tonight, it can be late, I don't know where you're calling in from, but simply by Friday, end of Friday, I'll give you a link shortly, because I know there's 5 people who are going to want to have a personal chat with me. And for the first 5, I will personally respond and set up a one-on-one call on Zoom with you to give you some free advice, right? So it's free advice. And if you're interested, you can ask about the inner circle. And only if you ask about it will I tell you what we do and how much it costs. Fair enough? So that's the way we want to do it. Because we know that if you're really serious, you'll apply and you want to learn more, and you want to obviously, if you're not and you just want access to the Go Viral Challenge for $7, you can do it. But if you simply apply and you decide to join, we're going to give you a couple of different bonuses. One of them is the 7-figure personal brand program. And that is $1,000, right? And it's training for life, right? So if you join, simply just book an appointment with me. And should you join our inner circle, which is a higher end program, you can get 7-figure personal brand. And every Monday we are opening a lifetime training program, right? With myself, Stephanus, and Natalia. We're committed. This is our legacy. We've been an entrepreneur for 20 years, and we're going to teach what we've learned, what we've been applying to ever since we worked with Tony Robbins and the biggest names in our industry. We're getting flooded with, hey, can you help us, build funnels and stuff? And we made a strategic decision. We'd rather want to teach. I want to help tens of thousands of people over the next 5-10 years, and offer a program that's, in this case, lifetime coaching, right? So it's a very unique sort of program. And then secondly, you'll get as a bonus our live YouTube Viral Mastery program, which is a 9-week course with Ben Hedges. So if you want to learn also the cool viral aspects of building a YouTube channel, which can be applied, those principles, to whatever video marketing you want to do, then that's also a free bonus that people are paying $4.97 for, but we'll throw that in as a free bonus. All right, so that's a fast action bonus. Don't pay $50,000, $100,000 if, you know, we're not even offering done for you services unless there is a chance to take an upside. So if there's a chance to partner and take a percentage of profits, then we'll consider doing a combination of done for you, where we charge up front and we take a percentage. Otherwise, we're offering either, you know, hey, $7, get our 20 plus hours of content and training. Hey, for free, you can just book a call with us and you'll give you that. You know, obviously don't book unless you're really serious about, you know, getting a customized support, customized high-level strategy, and et cetera, et cetera. All right. So if you want to have a chat with me, be in the first 5. I don't care. You might be a beginner and you just want to have a 1 hour, you know, up to a 1 hour chat with me. You just simply go here, scale with impact. That's the thing. You just go there, you just fill out a form, scale with impact. And there's like 10 questions or something, 10 or 12 questions. And if you're in the first 5, I will personally respond and get on a call with you and give you some free advice. And if you're interested, we'll tell you more about the inner circle. Fair enough? So if you want a scalable business model, systems to become a star producer, exclusive community. Also, we are looking for strategic partners. I'll explain how this works. So even if you don't want to join any of our programs, but you have a list and you want to promote what we're doing and get commissions of up to 80%, you know, of our $1,000 program, many $1,000 programs that we have, right? You can become a strategic partner, because really, what business are you really in? Let me challenge you and give this analogy, and this will help you really understand how you build wealth. Right? This is a Benedict burger. Who's ever had a Benedict burger? Can't even say it. It's egg Benedict inside a burger. How awesome. Who would love a free eggs Benedict, I can't even say it, burger? Because, man, if you ever come to New York City and we ever open up again, Amala goes, wow, I'll treat you to this. What business are you really in? Are you in the business of selling burgers? Well, does that exist? This is not a drawing. This is for real. Okay? Bit of ham, bit of maybe Gouda cheese, you know, oozing perfectly cooked poached egg in the softest bun ever. Sounds amazing, right? But this business is not a multi-hundred billion, I don't know how many billions of dollars McDonald's is. Can you see McDonald's golden arches in the back there? And why is that? Because is McDonald's really in the business of selling burgers? Or where do they make their real money? Who's ever watched the McDonald's story, you know, founder or whatever? I will fly to New York for this. They're in real estate. Absolutely. Right? They own some of the best prime real estate in the world. You know, the finance guy figured this out. He says, we're not to sell a business. We're here to sell franchises and get buy up the perfect lease, you know, buy all this perfect land and lease it to franchisees. So I challenge you. Thank you, Lisa. Right? Challenge you to think about how you can create opportunities in your niche. How do you offer certificates? How do you train people to make burgers? Even 15-year-olds, teach people to fish or to make burgers. Not a good analogy. You know what I'm saying, right? Teach people to fish. In our case, we know some people don't have the big idea yet. Who realizes that video marketing is going to be seen as one of the hottest skills to develop in the online world? Type yes if you agree. Whoever masters video marketing is going to rock in their niche. So we are selling what we believe is some essential training for those who want to make it big online. Very few people teach this because very few people have had 500 million views, have been stars on television and online, understand the whole video marketing funnels, etc., and have worked with Tony Robbins, etc. So we want to look for strategic partners because, as Tony Robbins would say, proximity is power. Being part of an inner circle, strategic partnerships matter. And this is a quote, well, I came up with this. Strategic partnerships is really the key to your success and the ability to scale, right? Tony Robbins said proximity is power. And, his inner circle costs 100,000 plus to be part of his platinum membership. We're not charging those sort of numbers. We've got something very affordable if you're the right fit, obviously. And we're offering you a chance to partner with us. Even it doesn't cost you a dime to become a strategic partner. We're about to launch it. I'm just going to show you some of the systems that we're putting in place. So you guys get a sneak peek. I know some of you guys are already signed up as strategic partners. So you can see here, Stephanus set up this affiliate system. You can offer our masterclass to your database and you will get your own URL, right? It's going to look and feel just like what we sent you. Free live masterclass. It's obviously almost over, right? 2 hours up. As soon as we finish this webinar, we will change this to the following Thursday until we do a few more that, we find that it's a good optimized webinar. We'll put this and advertise all around the world, and people can access it on demand, right? So not just every Thursday. So go viral and build a 7-figure personal brand. What you'll learn from the masterclass, you get all these different faculty members, our success stories. You get the same webinar, and you get people to opt in, and they're tracked. And then let's say they get an email from us, and we promote the challenge for $47. You get 80% commission. If you're lucky, you might get it for free if they jump on a call with us, and we get them to enroll in our $1,000 program or much higher ticket programs. You can make up to 50% of the higher ticket programs. Make sense? And it's all tracked because we can know as soon as we make a sale, we know where the source came from. It tracks whether you gave them a free masterclass link. They clicked on it, opted in. We know where the lead came from. Make sense? So it's a cool system. And whether you're offering a $7 lead magnet, you can offer the coupon code. Hey, I know the founders, it's normally $47, which is already a steal, but I can get you 90% off. It's like $7, money back guaranteed if you don't like it. If you want to learn anything about virality or video marketing or personal branding, you got to check out this program. And this is the coupon code, and it's $7. Once they buy, we'll follow up for you to invite them to live webinars, recorded webinars, etc. And then we do all the marketing. We do all the sales for you. Make sense? You need to drive traffic to these websites. And if you join some of our programs, we'll teach you how to do it. And you can already learn doing it partly from the 7-figure the Go Viral Challenge itself for $7. So we're creating a business in a box because we know that we have something that will appeal to people all around the world, whether you're from the East or the West or North or South, and you want to build your business online, which 30-40% of businesses are now realizing they got to do. Small businesses, I'm saying, right? Can't hide behind brick and mortar anymore because of COVID in particular. And there's still uncertainty for another 6 to 12 months of what's going to happen. We don't know how quickly things will go back to whatever norm that we even imagined or dreamed about. We don't know what the new norm is going to be. We don't even know who's going to be the new, chief commander-in-chief here in the US. Anyway, it's crazy times. Don't build the brands of these presidential elects, build your own brand, for crying out loud. Stop complaining about who's going to become this person or the next leader or the next president of whichever country you're from. Build your own brand, create your own economy, guys, and find mentors, whether it's us or anyone else. Learn the skill set. Any questions? That's it, guys. I think that's the last of the slides. So you can see how we've incorporated strategic partnerships. How do you incorporate strategic partnerships for yourself in your business? How do you find complementary service providers and build relationships with them? Thank you, Caesar. Appreciate it. And we challenge you to do that. to challenge you to start learning to do a simple 60-second video every couple of days, just to get started, to document what's happening in your life. All right. So I'm going to open up the questions. You guys are amazing. You've stayed. Most of you, 90% of you guys have stayed till the end. Really appreciate that. If you want to ask questions, we'll stay on for another. I got an appointment in 25 minutes. Happy to stay for another 20 minutes if you guys want to hang out with us. Got any questions? Tech questions for Steph if you want to get into the nitty gritty of tech stuff. Anything related to marketing, video marketing, personal branding. Just raise your hand. There's a little raise hand function in Zoom. And feel free to type in your questions if you don't want to get on the panel. If you want to turn on your video or your audio and you want to come to the panel, so to speak, we'll, upgrade you to the panel, so to speak, or you can just type in your questions. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. My goal way bigger after 7-day viral challenge. Now it's become a community public figure. Fantastic. What is some of the takeaways that you had? Thank you, Farouk. Look forward to chatting with you. Once again, the link, if you want to speak to myself, the first 5 is Scale with Impact. All right. If you can repaste the different URLs, Stephanus. So if you want to have a chat, if you're in the first 5 or one of our team members, in the first 5, I'll personally have a chat with you, review your situation, review your website, review, just fill out the basic form. And I will personally, even if you just fill out the form and get on a chat with us, we'll give you free access to the Go Viral Challenge, regardless of whether you speak with me or not. Fair enough? So any other comments or questions? Otherwise, we'll wrap up. Any, let's see. All right, see if there's any questions at all. If not, I think we're, excuse me, I just sneezed. Yes, can I get a call with you? Yes, just fill out the fill out the form there. If you obviously joined before, then this is for obviously new potential strategic partners. Amala, so obviously that, that's for people who are new to this inner circle, which makes sense, right? Otherwise, you guys will be jumping on the call with me every week. Sorry, Amala, right? You understand? The Scale with Impact is for people who are new to a program. If you've already gotten your 1-hour strategy session like you did with me, then you're in the program and we're starting in a couple of weeks' time. So you can join the group program. All right, so I think that's it. I don't think there are any questions. Sean says, thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, Amala. I want to thank Stephanus. Ben's already headed off, and see you guys in a couple of weeks, Amala, in our program. And Sirs and Patricia, thank you for joining. Meow. Lisa from, was it Namibia? I think you mentioned. Thank you, thank you. Caesar says, do you have to be 6'5" to be in the inner circle? That's a no, you don't. You can be 5'6" like me. Anywhere between 4 foot to 7 foot, you're welcome. If you're under 4 feet, you're probably a teenager or a kid. So, this is for adults. Okay, so I think all right. Last class was awesome, and seriously terrific. Thank you, thank you. Any other questions? You can raise your hand if you want to get onto the panel, and we'll chit chat with you on the panel. Lisa, actually, no questions. Going once, going twice. All right, I think that. Oh yes, Lisa, you want to join the panel, or you got a question? You want us to add you to the panel? Okay, is that a yes? All right, so I'll promote you to the panel, and you can ask your question. So you should be on the panel any second. did that work? Also, Joanne, just raise your hand if you want to jump on. Okay, Lisa's on. Make co-host. You don't have to turn on your video if you don't want. You can just turn on your audio. I think I've asked to unmute. Unmute. Hello, Lisa. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you well.
Oh, wow. Terrific. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Windhoek in Namibia. That is
Wow.
Southern Africa.
Fantastic. What time is it over there?
It's about 6 o'clock. It's 5:41.
Fantastic. Well, welcome. Tell us,
Thank you.
what have you enjoyed the masterclass so far?
Say again?
Have you enjoyed the masterclass so far? You learned a few things, some tips. What questions do you have for us that we could? What do you do? Tell us a bit about yourself. What do you do? Hello.
I'm doing network marketing for Herbalife, but I own a business in automotive industry. I'm a computer scientist by profession.
Wow. Computer scientist. You have a automotive business and you also do Herbalife.
Yes.
Fantastic. Wow. That is quite a combination. You got health, you got all the tech stuff, and obviously a bit of a car lover as well. What are you looking to apply some video marketing strategies perhaps?
Yes, that is my interest. I actually signed up for the 7-day viral workshop.
So you actually were one of the members of the viral challenge.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, but I was not able to finish, so I'm going back to
the recordings. Oh yes, fantastic.
Yes, yeah.
Terrific.
So, but now I also don't have do my script. I don't have somebody to because I'm behind.
Sure. So the good thing about Go Viral Challenge, it's recorded. You have lifetime access to it as long as we're in business, which is many years to come. So go through it at your own pace. Whether you run an automotive business or a network marketing business, you need to build your personal brand, right? You want to be someone who's more personable. So if you look at the Eric Worres of the world, they've built incredible personal brands and they've generated tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in their field. Eric Worre, right? Network marketing pro, some of the top leaders in the network marketing industry, whether you're from Amway, Herbalife, they're all public figures. They go and present, and the new presenting skills are through Zoom, through video.
Right.
So that is the key. So how do you, put together initially some scripts for some invitational videos, trailers, and then how do you present on webinar, right? So if you want to learn more about that, obviously, the Go Viral Challenge will help. And, we've also got the Inner Circle and other programs as well. So what are some of the biggest challenges, I guess, you've faced in the last few years when it comes to growing your businesses?
Okay, I'm just joining Herbalife now, but my own business, I have had challenges we were doing okay until COVID came in.
Yeah.
And then we are in automotive, we sell tires, we do car services and so on. Even though our country is vast and people travel a lot, after March, that stopped. So people are just in one place. We are not really getting as much business as we used to. And then also, of course, businesses have gone down, jobs have been lost, the customer base has shrunk.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, so it's definitely time for us to look to other kinds of businesses so that we can supplement what we used to have.
That's right. And that's what's happening worldwide. Where everyone's looking for opportunities from home, and wherever it is, they realize all the gurus are using video. Where do I learn about this? And that's where you can also not only promote health products, which is Herbalife, but consider obviously marketing our programs as well, because that's a great way to supplement your income, and you learn while you earn while you learn. As you join or do our program, you learn about marketing, you learn about the skills. See, network marketing is really two words: network. You got to learn how to network. They teach you how to do belly to belly, family to friends, invite them to presentations, invite them to these other experts to do the presenting. You need to be the one presenting. You need to be the one positioned as the expert in your field. And you can do that through video very effectively. And in marketing, the other aspect of marketing is network marketing is marketing. How do you market, right? How do you put together funnels and marketing online? So one of the, top Enagic leaders, is another health product. It's a Kangen water, right? Approached us through referral, and he's making a lot of money. He's got hundreds of thousands of customers, and he did it the old-fashioned way. And we're talking to him about how potentially we can partner up and help hundreds of thousands of people develop this skill set and learn how to share the opportunity, right? You are selling a business opportunity when you're introducing people to Herbalife. Yes or yes? You are.
Yes.
Exactly. It's hard to tell people, hey, why don't you become a computer scientist like me? Why don't you become a car tire business? It's hard to sell that. It's, not easy to sell a McDonald's franchise. You need $1 million. But to get into Herbalife, you need, I don't know, a few $100.
Yeah.
Right? So we help also network marketing, because people over the years have come, we help people of all different businesses because they need network, you need marketing skills, they need video marketing skills. And one of the biggest challenges with network marketing is it takes time, right? The residual income, you're getting commission when you sell $100, weight loss supplement. That's why you got to go high ticket, right? When you sell a high ticket program, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, for example, Kangen, I'm not involved with Kangen, but Kangen is an example. They sell the units at 5,000 US, and you can make up to 2,000 US per sale. And you get overrides when you build your teams, like a direct sales. It's not quite network marketing exactly, where it's like a binary or a matrix and you get, infinite levels deep or whatever. They have slightly different patented business model. But I've learned that because I'm consulting with them and potentially partnering up with them. But I told him, well, you want to build your personal brand? Yes or yes? Yes. I've done, $500 million in sales. That's a lot. I can build you your brand online. It's easy. You've got an amazing story. But then what's unique about your program? What's unique about, I got to put together a presentation for you, right? At the same time, what are the challenges? Once again, what we talk about, GREAT, grab their attention.
Yeah.
Hey, I've made $500 million in sales over the last few years. Marketing, something that everyone needs, especially baby boomers. And if you're looking for an opportunity, right? And I did this pre-COVID and my business is still booming, number one. And secondly, I didn't leverage the internet at all to generate $500 million in sales. So and then he can then segue into, but now I'm using, as you can see, video to take the business to the next level. So if you want to learn from people who've worked with Tony Robbins, do you see how they can strategically partner with us and refer thousands, hundreds of thousands of customers who are struggling? They've already burnt through their family and friends and, ask for referrals and all that sort of stuff. But then they're going to learn the next level, which is where are your customers today? They're on Facebook. Where are your customers? They're on YouTube. How do you target them strategically, laser focused? So people like yourself who've traditionally run businesses, and the overheads for restaurants, car businesses are huge. And then you join Herbalife or something, and it's not too bad. It's only a few $100 to get started. But then if you don't treat it like a real business and just bug family and friends, your business will only go so far. Right now, if you're good at that and you're good at mentoring and are good at giving leadership training, you don't need internet marketing to a degree. But those who apply both internet marketing and brilliant coaching and sales training and leadership skills and so on, they're the ones who rock, right? There's still fundamentals of business that are, doesn't matter whether it's online or offline, those principles still apply. but you can scale much quicker and amplify your abilities and your ability to present and your ability to present the opportunity. You're not just going to sell the product, you're going to sell the opportunity, not there just to sell burgers, you're here to sell the franchise opportunity, so to speak.
Right.
And then the reason why network marketers are coming to us, or other, could be sales professionals or sales teams for financial products, real estate, coaching, consulting, because they know that their team members need video marketing. They need to be able to create simple funnels that will get them leads that then they can present on Zoom to close high ticket programs and services, right? So you need to master the art of strategic partnerships, because you are in the business of recruiting ultimately. This is a great example of what I talked about. You're not in the business of selling herbal shakes, which is that you are, but you aren't. You know what I'm saying? You're really here to find business leaders who see the opportunity to build a whole team and leverage the efforts of everyone and be a true leader and serve and train and so on and so forth. That's it, in terms of your particular industry. But it starts with learning really powerful marketing strategies and techniques. So go through the 7-day challenge properly. If you want to have a chat with me one-on-one in more detail, go to the Scale with Impact, yeah? And just fill it out, and we can have a proper chat and how we might be able to help you, go from, there's a lot of information. How do I implement? Yeah.
Right.
And that is, it's very easy to get. See, if I give you a recipe, same recipe to a dozen people, you think they're all going to come up with the same beautiful pavlova or whatever dish? No, they're going to do something slightly different here, a little bit something different there. And if they do that, it's going to end up 1 degree difference will end up in Antarctica versus Africa. Yep. You get my drift, right? So this is where coaching is critical, because we're going to guide you through a process. And we've got programs that coach for life every Monday live, and every day, because we've got a closed Facebook group that you can ask questions and submit your videos and get feedback from our team. So that is the power of an online group coaching program, where we can get to support you through your journey of entrepreneurship. And the principles and the techniques you apply will benefit your entire business, will benefit your network marketing business. So that's an example of what you could do. Fair enough?
Yep.
All right, terrific. Well, thank you for joining. A few more minutes left. Lisa, hope to connect with you. Just go to www.scalewithimpact and schedule a call. Be the first few, and I'll have a chat with you.
As a matter of fact, I've already signed up for that.
Oh, have you?
I have. Yeah,
wow,
I have.
Fantastic. Okay, I look forward to having a chat with you whenever that is, over the next few days or a week. Let me just see. Any other? Yes, you did. I see you've filled it out. Have you actually scheduled a call as well?
No.
Oh, okay. I see you've put your email and filled out the application. So you need to, Stephanus, if you can email or send the link privately to, actually, here it is. I'll just give you the link where you can book a call with me. Okay, so here it is. I'll just give. I'll just send it to you privately on what do you call it? On Zoom. So on Zoom, yeah, I'm going to send you a private link just to you, and you can schedule a call with me over the next week or so. Right, before, so you can we can have a private chat. So Mala says, "You are amazing, Lisa." Absolutely, all power to you. So, which part of South Africa are you based?
No, Southern Africa. Namibia is a different country from South Africa.
Excuse my ignorance.
And Namibia.
Yes, Namibia.
Yes.
I've never been, and my geography sucks, as you can tell. So anyway, so Namibia, educate me. How far away is Namibia from South Africa? And I don't know. I've never been in that area.
Okay. So. All right. South Africa is bordering us to the south.
Bordering you guys to the south of Namibia. Okay, got it.
Yes, and we on the east we have. On the west we have the Atlantic Ocean, and then Zimbabwe, Victoria Falls, and Botswana.
Botswana's to the right of you guys. Oh, no. To the south of you. To the right.
To the right.
All right. I'm going to share my screen to learn a bit of geography. So here you guys are. Wow, there we are. Botswana, Namibia is just northwest of South Africa. Got it.
Right.
Excellent. Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge area. Are you near the coastal? You near the coastal region?
No, we are in the middle, in the capital, Windhoek.
Got it. So
yeah, it's a beautiful land with contrast, different contrasts. You find the highest dunes in the world. We have the best safaris, and so,
amazing.
And we are close to the amazing Victoria Falls.
Oh wow, beautiful, fantastic. Oh, thank you for sharing that. And all right, terrific. I think that's it. So thank you, Lisa, so much. Any final questions? I'll get another 5 minutes. Otherwise, we will completely wrap up.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lisa. I look forward to chatting with you shortly. So just click on that link and schedule a chat. Anyone else who? I got 3 more minutes. I doubt, if you just go check out the form if you want to have a chat with myself. And that's all for now. Well, take care, everyone. And as we say, go viral and make a difference. Take care. Bye-bye.